Hello everyone and welcome. So we're doing a short ad lab today. We're in a place called Heanor Memorial Park. So it's got a little kids play park over there and a place with some water features for the kids in the summer. Just tells you about it on the sign here. So this is the bandstand here at Heanor Park. It was actually built in 2009, so it's not a new feature. I do apologise for all the noise. See a small warning notice. What's it? White lettering on white background. What is the last word?
Inspection.
Inspection. And the horseshoe flower garden there. Say about it on there. That's one of the gates. So now we're coming up to the gates here at Heanor. The main gates. So this is the main entrance from Ilkeston Road. And these are really old iron gates. These were originally at Derby Lodge in Shipley Park and controlled the entrance to Shipley Hall. At the top centre of the gates there is a plaque. What does it say? Top centre. Oh yeah. So this is a shot of the bandstand. And then next we are heading up to the War Memorial to do the next part of the ad lab here in that park. It's a very overcast day, but yeah, sun did try and come out for a little while. It's gone again. So we've parked in the leisure centre car park. So if you're thinking of coming here, it's 50p an hour. So it's not too expensive. So this is the War Memorial here in Heanor Park. Oh, look at the old helmet lot. So the main feature of the park is actually this War Memorial. And it's the town's first World War memorial. There's also a smaller memorial for those involved in the Falklands conflict in 1982. So in 2018 an extra stone plaque was dedicated to the memory of Heanor's greatest war hero, Sergeant William Gregg.
So, just to tell you a little bit of information about William Gregg, he was born on Tag Hill in Heanor in 1890. He received 3 medals during his time in the forces. So, William, who was known as Bill, had enlisted in the 13th Battalion of the Rifle Brigade in November 1914. And by the time it got round to May 1915, he was serving with the battalion in France. And yes, you might have guessed it, he was on the Western Front. In 1916, Gregg was wounded on the Somme. So after 2 years of suffering in the trenches, the last 2 years of the war would see Bill become the first British soldier to actually receive 3 gallantry awards. So he received the military medal on the 26th of March 1917 because he crawled between opposing lines under the eyes of the enemy to identify the body of a dead German soldier. On 26th of November 1917, for carrying messages between different sections of his battalion while under heavy machine gun fire, he received the Distinguished Conduct Medal. And then finally, on 8th of May 1918, in France, when all the officers of Sergeant Gregg's company had been hit during an attack on an enemy outpost, he took command of it himself. He rushed to enemy posts, killed some of the gun teams, took prisoners, and captured a machine gun. He then started to consolidate his position until driven back by a counter-attack. But as reinforcements had by now come up, he led a charge, personally bombed a hostile machine gun, killed the crew, and captured the gun. When driven back yet again, he led another successful attack, and this time he held on to his position until he was ordered to withdraw. So it was established a massively great reputation as a fighting soldier. And one of his corporals said of him, he was completely fearless. He came through action after action unscathed. In fact, he went looking for trouble, particularly at night in no man's land. Observing and searching for information of value, indeed, a fine fighting man, and one we would follow anywhere. And he basically received the Victoria Cross at British Army HQ in France from King George on the 9th of August 1918. So yeah, a very, very distinguished soldier during World War One. And I do believe the leisure centre locally is also named after him.
Now, we're in a place which is called Suki Hollow. And there's a natural spring here. This is the area of a natural spring. And obviously this was all landscaped into what you see today. So this place, as I mentioned, is called Suki Hollow, and it is supposedly haunted by the ghost of an 18th century servant girl called Suki, who was murdered somewhere around here. Local History Society has never been able to find any records of this crime, but who knows? Alright folks, so we've sat in the park here, and there is a bonus, but we can't figure it out because it's bearings, and we can never do the bearings. So I don't know if there's an app you're meant to use or whatever, but we just can't do it. So we're both sitting in the park, we're eating some Cornish pasties. Well, Shelley's actually got a cheese and onion one, and I've got a Cornish one. We do love these, and we have them now and again when we're out, but it's quite filling. So, and yeah, we've achieved, what was it, 10,200 geocaches. So very happy with that indeed. Hope you enjoyed this short one, and yeah, it was a short one. But yeah, we're quite happy with the geocache total we've achieved today, 10,200. So thank you very much, and we'll see you later. Bye.